Do not attempt to adjust your screen. Forbes DVD Live is taking over.
We don't understand that we got to purge this level of mental cancer that we dealing with. That we all grew up in a toxic cesspool. And we not even changing clothes. We not even we not taking showers before we change clothes.
Yeah.
We changing clothes without taking showers. You know what I'm saying? So you still got this stink on you. America, its biggest export is its ideology. You know what I'm saying? Its mentalism is its biggest export around this planet. And that mentalism that it exports is a level of arrogance. You feel me? And that's what we've adopted. That's the cancer that we got.
When you stepped away from the continent, you always was conscious, but you stepped away from being front line with that to deal with the hip hop and media.
Yes.
When you went into the hip hop realm, did you see a lot of things that disgust you that you was like, y'all motherfuckers is lost?
Absolutely, but I know what I was, stepping into. In the 90s, me and my brother was modeling, and we was managed by Mike Tyson, Iron Mike Management. Shout out to Jackie and the family over there. So my introduction to the industry was totally different than everybody else's. I seen these niggas in very compromising positions behind the scenes, you feel me? So I wasn't under no illusions when I got into media to report their story, because I'm like, homie, trust me, I seen you at the mansion, I know what you about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it kind of was totally different. I wasn't surprised by what I saw, even though you was getting an opportunity to see it, up closer, and the people that was playing fiddle in your past situations was now in control now, so they was trying to pretend like they was the boss. So you saw the exertion of, the idiocracy was a little bit more powerful because they was in control now. But it wasn't no surprises necessarily.
Are some of these rappers agents?
Whether they know it or not, yeah.
And that been the term that's getting thrown around a lot. You agent, you agent.
I think that's an ambiguous term.
Yeah, what is an agent?
You know what I'm saying?
If you had to explain what an agent is.
Again, like I said, it's always going to go back to a person with a level of knowledge of self. And that might be an ambiguous term because, that might sound preachy when we're talking about knowledge. If you were a scumbag, just know that you were a scumbag. And know that, you know what I'm saying? How to work that shit. How to make it. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. How does it work for you? You feel me? Can you package it and sell it? You know what I'm saying? Is there a certain aesthetic that you're bringing to it that's going to up it a certain level? So if a person is, promoting themselves like, yo, I'm quote unquote, if you G-O-D, and that's the label that you wear, then you gotta have a certain knowledge of self about how you go about presenting that and packaging it and presenting it to the world. So I think a lot of these artists, when they lack that knowledge of who they are, whatever sort of tool they are, then they're being tooled around. So the whole aspect of them being agents is when they have that lack of a knowledge of self, they're easily manipulated. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they become agents. Because a person is sitting back and they peeping them, you know what I'm saying? And they know what their strengths are, they know what their weaknesses are. They're going to what? They're going to exploit their weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? To strengthen whatever their agenda is.
When you think about the conscious community, are the labels, are the religions, are the sects, is that hurting the conscious community?
Wait, when you said
the labels, like I'm a Moor,
okay.
I'm a Nation Islam, I'm a God body, I'm Hebrew Israelite, I believe that we came from flowers. Like, does that hurt the conscious community or is it strengthening it?
It's hurting it.
Because all I see is dudes debating and it's like,
hurting it. Like I said, it's all a layover from the shit that we supposed to be quote unquote getting away from. That's the American way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? Divide and conquer. Like the brother was talking about earlier, this whole aspect of really lynchism. Whether it's real or not, it's something that accurately describes
what's
going on. So, and again, like I said, this whole aspect of we think that we are a monolithic people, we think that we're one thing. So if I got this Moorish doctrine that I'm telling people, this is how you're supposed to be, and this is who you are, this is what you are. Everybody can't possibly be the same. Just because you got a particular skin pigmentation, and I got a particular skin pigmentation. If my people's from Haiti, if my people from Sierra Leone, if my people from Senegal, we might do shit totally different. So you're telling me I'm supposed to abandon my traditions to come under some banner that you yourself is trying to figure out? You feel me?
What I respect about you and your brother, y'all seem like y'all rock with everybody.
We have to.
Y'all never was like, well, I'm a more, fuck you. You was just like, yo, I'm Nation of Islam too. I'm God body too. I'm all on. I'm African. I'm everything. Why? What makes you be like that?
My upbringing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Coming up in these streets and being able to be around all of these different people, you know. And before we had this information, shit, you know, it was so simple.
Yeah.
You feel me? It was so simple. You come out, everybody rock with each other. If somebody fall out, they take care of that and they come back into the circle. You know what I'm saying? And we mobbed up and we really knew who to go put work in on.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It wasn't confusing. When we got into this information, it started getting a little bit more confusing. Because now we adopting again all of the sicknesses from these organizations from 50, 60, hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, some of them.
When you dig some of them up, the founders of some of these organizations are people who we're so-called against. That started the organization.
I mean, yeah, you know, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Again, these are, like I said, these are ongoing beefs that never been dealt with. And now they've arrived. Like they said, some of the people that reincarnated, that got beef now, is people that had beef 2,000, 3,000 years ago. What you gonna do with that? You feel me? You just gotta step back and let the shit play itself out. But, you know, under the tutelage of you know, some wise elders and what have you that we were around, you know, they said if you're gonna have love for your people, have love for all of your people. You know what I'm saying? There's no divisions. It's only your people.
I mean, we saw Dr. Clark with Dr. Ben. They were together.
Right.
With
Iris
Van Sertima.
Yeah, Van Sertima, yeah.
James Small, Professor Day. They were together.
Yeah.
They would sit together, and he was this, and he was that. But they all knew who their enemy was, and it wasn't each other. Is it? Do you think that?
But yeah, even them, they had to graduate to that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Van Sertima was talking about the ideology, like I'm talking about. He was like, yo, I was brought up under the crown. Mm-hmm. My allegiance was to the crown. You feel me? So he couldn't see that what he was seeing prior to him making that transformation. So we got to grow up in this thing. A lot of us is, you know, like Nas said, you know, the blacks are the teenagers of the world.
Yeah.
What you think we are in consciousness? Some of us are babies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You were conscious before you knew you were conscious, before it was cool to be conscious. I don't think y'all get a lot of credit for bringing the conscious community. Like y'all like the founders of the conscious community.
Quiet, as quiet as cat.
It ain't quiet, I know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't do that because that kind of like sets up rivalry and competition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, so you saying that you was around before such and such? No, I'm not necessarily saying that, but I made a conscious decision to be like, look, I'm the only nigga in this room at this lecture under 40, so I'm gonna create a venue where I could bring the youth in. Now there's millions of youth here. Who did that?
Yeah.
You feel me? When we was doing Four Corners, nobody was talking about information on that level and integrating it. When them towers went down, niggas became patriots, started waving you know what I'm saying, American flag.
Everybody was American.
We was banging on the beach from day one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was reading David Icke at that time. And on September 10th, at night, I went to sleep and the last thing that I read, he was like, yo, they're gonna attack the towers again and they're gonna say, man, and Bin Laden did it. So when I woke up and the fucking towers was coming down, what you think I did?
Do you think a lot of people get disregarded because people say, oh, he's crazy, he's an agent? Do you think it's a lot of that going on? Because people don't believe in David Icke. They don't.
And I don't necessarily subscribe to everything
he has to say
either. And again, like I said, that was coming from me knowing myself in order to read certain things with the spirit and listen to that voice in my head. It was like, yo, we fuck with this. We don't fuck with that though. You know what I'm saying? And that came from me being still inside of a cage, reading the Bible and the Quran and what have you, and developing a relationship.